next week's card, which it's pretty stacked as it is, and you do have a lot of star power. I mean, the first thing that we're going to see, well, the first announcement that was made of the night, which we've known for a few weeks, was Shaq and Jade Cargill, which versus Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet, there was a little bit of concern of maybe Cody Rhodes being hurt, but we're not seeing anything on the rumor mill or anything online of Cody Rhodes actually being hurt. So that's good news that we're going to see him in the ring. Plus, we'll see him a few days later at the Revolution ladder match. But we're going to finally see Jade Cargill's in-ring debut, and it is extreme. I don't know if there's a or more highly anticipated debut that we're looking forward to here at Dynamite Download, because she's an absolute superstar. She is a superhero, a real-life superhero that we're seeing before our eyes, and I think she's going to go on an absolute tear. She's definitely going to get the pin. She's going to whoop some butt for sure. Help Shaq look strong, but she's going to be the one that we're going to be talking about the next day. That's what I'm going to predict for sure in that match next week.
I agree, man. That's going to be a great match. I can't wait to see that debut for Jade. But another match we get to see, FTR and Tully take on Jurassic Express, and that's one we talked about before. That vignette from tonight was just awesome, and it really got us ready for that match next week. I'm really excited to see. I'm always excited to see Jurassic Express because I think they're really entertaining, and FTR's. Pardon?
I love Jurassic Express as a tag.
Yeah. Oh, they're great, and FTR is one of the best tag teams in the world. And then adding Tully Blanchard to it, who again is a legend. He should be a Hall of Famer everywhere he's been, and it's just going to be an awesome match. And we might see another ascension. Who knows? That's another thing. We already saw Jungle Boy kind of blow up from this feud, so who knows? We might see something else. I'm really excited to see where they go with it.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect pairing, and it'll be a great storytelling match and fun to watch, and you never know what to expect out of that for sure.
No.
Just like you don't know what to expect out of Chris Jericho and MJF anytime they're on the screen. Anytime they're on the screen, it's absolute gold, from their musical number to all their other promos they've been doing. This should definitely be a highlight of the night. It will not disappoint, that's for sure. If they're behind all this, it's going to be fun. I just can't imagine how much fun they're going to have with the press conference, fielding different questions. We're going to get some funny questions from different wrestlers and different audience members and stuff. I can't wait for that press conference from the Inner Circle.
Oh yeah, the press conference is going to be just as fun as the match. I bet that's going to be
for
great.
Sure. Yeah.
And then another match that for two stables that we love, the Dark Order and Matt versus Matt Hardy, Private Party and TH2, and yeah, there we go. Yep, represent, man. And that one is another match that we're stoked because now we get to see, an expansion of Matt Hardy's reach. We're seeing him get more wrestlers under his control, and facing off against Dark Order, who they're, kind of facing off they're friends with Hangman. And then you get to see, the opposite end where there's Matt Hardy's clients, and he's kind of, getting his influence in there. And we're seeing some bad stuff happening from Private Party. They're heels big time now, and TH2's coming out there and basically being bounty hunters. So we're going to see some good stuff. And honestly, look at that high flying, action out of that side.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy's one of the Hall of Famer, is a high flyer with his brother, and in Private Party, those guys can both go. And TH2, Jack Evans, is one of the best high flyers in AEW along with Angelico. So there's some real talent on that side, and we're going to see a great match out of both sides, I'm sure.
I loved how the announce team, it made me think of that when you brought up how they were calling TH2 the debt collectors, Matt Hardy's debt collectors. If they can roll with that gimmick, that would be really cool. They're all dressed in black with some neon. They're collecting Matt Hardy's debts and just can be total dirtbags and total real heels doing that. I think that would be actually a pretty compelling storyline with that for TH2. But two up and coming stars of AEW with 10 and Max Caster, part of half of the Acclaim. These two guys, the sky is the limit with them, man. I mean, they're getting more and more reps in the ring. They're getting more and more comfortable for that. And I think this is going to be a nice showcase of what AEW's young talent is all about. And I mean, they got a roster stacked full of great people. And 10 is starting to break away. We're seeing a lot of him on Dark pick up some compelling, strong victories. And we're going to see him on Dynamite or the 101 versus Max Caster, which also he's doing some great promo work. He's doing some great in-ring work, and should be a fun, young, high energy match. And I don't really even know who comes out on this. I think you should book 10 as the winner of this personally. But this could go both ways for the winner. I mean, who do you think would come out with 10 versus Max?
It's tough. I like to see Dark Order pick up wins because they had such a tough drought for a while. I like to see them get some wins. And I think that we haven't really gotten to see 10 showcase since the tribute show. And he was in the main event of the tribute show, and we haven't gotten to see that, where Caster had a really awesome performance in the Battle Royale a few weeks ago. So he's kind of had a more recent like big match, big moment. So I'd like to see 10 maybe pick up the win. But either way, I mean, both these guys are young, talented, future stars in the industry. So either way they go with it, it's going to be, I'm sure they're making the right call.
Absolutely. I completely agree.